It's been 24 hours. It's day 5. Take a look at this happy little jar starter. He's looking thick. He's got some volume, got some air bubbles. Let's feed him. All right, here's our jar of starter. I'll make a little zoom in here. And you can see, you know, there's some air, there's some bubbles in here. If we look at it from the side, it looks like this, and you can see like it did rise a little bit. And in the picture, you know, you see the jar of my regular starter. Like if these guys were in a race, this guy lost. But it's still young, you know, it's trying to become active. And that's what we're doing this week. We're just establishing it. So you can see just how full and pillowy. It's full of volume. It's got some good air in there. It's real fluffy, stringy. You can see some of the air pockets breaking in there, which is, you know, it's cool. Feels real soft. Okay, so there you go. You got a view of what this looks like. And now let's do our discard and feed him. Okay, so we know that my jar weighs 430 grams because we weighed it on day 1. And yesterday we discarded down to 50 grams of starter. We fed it 50 grams of water and 50 grams of bread flour. So there should be 580 grams of total weight here. And you know, you can weigh it and check what you've got in here. I know I'm gonna get my fingers sticky. I almost don't want to do it, but why not? Just so we're all in the up and up here. Mine weighs 578. So, you know, spoon, fingers, whatever. I probably lost a little bit along the way yesterday. No big deal. And we're gonna do just like we did. We're gonna discard down. So there's 50 grams of starter in this jar, which would be the 430 grams of my jar weight plus 50 grams of starter. So let's remove some of this. Going down to 480. So we're removing 100 grams. Can I get it in the first shot? 490. I think I did the same thing yesterday. That is not gonna do it. So why bother making a video every single day when we're just doing the same thing? I want you to be able to see kind of what's going on here. So we've got full transparency. So you can see exactly what I've got. And you can kind of compare what you've got. I took too much out. So I've got 476. I'm gonna see if I can sneak back in 4 or 5 more grams. 482, that'll work. I'm not gonna keep like fighting with it to nail the number. Good enough. And then, you know, we'll throw this away. Easy, minimal cleanup. And, you know, I like to scrape down the side so all of my starter is at the bottom of the jar so we can incorporate all of it back into water and flour. Try not to lose too many grams here and there. But whatever, it's okay. So pre-measured 50 grams of water. And let's get a quick shot of this, what it looks like in the jar when I mix it together here. So one of the things that I definitely want to accomplish here is like full transparency, just so you understand like what does yours look like? What does mine look like? Just so you have like a baseline to feel like you're not doing this wrong. Because, you know, when you start a foreign project, something you've never done before, it's always a question mark of, does this look right? So I just mixed in my water into my 50 grams of starter. So 50 grams of water, 50 grams of starter, and it'll look like this. Creamy. There's no nuggets. It's just, you know, pretty straightforward here. And our flour's going in. Let's see if I can not spill it. Okay, so we've got our starter, water, flour, and how thick and sticky is it gonna be when it gets mixed together? Well, I'll show you right now. And yeah, sure, stirring fast, whatever. I'm not trying to agitate it and develop gluten, but we do wanna make sure this is completely mixed together. And you can see how this changed from what it looked like before we discarded. We're back to that sticky mess, thick, sticky mess. I'm looking to have no water puddles, no flour pockets. Can I go around the rim down there, the bottom? That's it, mixed. So what did we not just do today? What did I skip? Actually didn't skip it. I just did it off camera and then I forgot to do it on camera. Smell it. Did you smell it? Gee, man, I really hope you did before you discard and feed. Today, this smelled different than it did yesterday. So this definitely smelled more sour, more similar to like my regular starter. Not so doughy, not so grassy, just a little sharper. Not a lot, but definitely different. So scrape down the sides here, make sure all of our starter is down in the bottom together. And you can see how our jar has changed. We've got, you know, more material on the sides of the jar. That's okay. We just don't want to have it completely crusted, because then what are we really weighing in the jar? Okay, rubber band is going to mark our level just so you can see how it changes. We should see just a little bit more action tonight over the next 24 hours than we did the last couple days. Lid on loose, little wiggle, and it's going on. Towel on the counter to protect it from the cold granite. So that's it. That's day 5. I'll see you tomorrow on day 6.